What up? Welcome everybody to the eighth wonder of the world. Know you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Come on, y'all. Tap in, tap in. We're talking youth football today. Hot topic stuff, too. Some nice topics tonight, y'all. So come check us out. You know? Come check us out. Welcome. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Please. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. I know I'm always eating, but that's what I do. I'm always eating. Except at events. When I'm doing events, I don't eat at all the whole day. People have to remind me to eat. Be locked in. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good night and a good podcast. Let's go. It's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140. I'm here with my co-host.
It's your boy Coach Correa the General.
And you know what we do every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Y'all know what we do and why we do it. Tito, we got to keep recapping the Allstar Games. And I only think it's right that we start with a game that we didn't recap. We didn't recap this game. And I think it was the game I'm about to talk about was definitely the most chippy game of the day. But it was a good game. And that's the 9U Allstar Game. It was definitely a sight to watch. There was some very, very talented kids in this game. Some very, very talented kids on both sides. I will say this, Tito. To me, watching the games, what little bit I watched, 9U was definitely one of the more aggressively hitting games it looked like. I actually got text messages from people in other states that were saying, yo, them 9U teams had some good size and they had some talent on both squads. So if your son made the 9U All-Star game, shout out to your son. Probably was a dog. But Tito, not much went on. It seemed to be a defensive game. I tell you what, I was surprised, Tito.
Well, I was surprised how before you go there,
Yeah, go ahead.
How equally the teams were a lot more equally balanced than led to believe. 203 had a lot of players on their side of the ball. So did A60. So I think that's the part we thought that A60 would have had more talent and out talented them, and that it proved not to be true.
I definitely thought that 860 would run away with it. I definitely thought, let's back it up to the touchdown. I definitely thought that 860 would run away with it. I was wrong, and I have to acknowledge it. I thought 860 would win by a bigger margin, but in my defense, I did not see the let me pause this. This front four right here, Tito, they ran a 4-man front and was able to stifle the power I, which was pretty impressive when the linebackers had to be 3 yards back. Their front four was big, especially this kid right here. He was a big kid. And if you look at the size, Tito, they definitely had more size than 860, and I did not believe that it could happen. So shout out to the 203 coaches, because one thing that they did was I think that they knew that their boys would be bigger. And this is the touchdown pass. AV hit him with the down, out, and up. That's crazy. And then he get up, Tito. Watch this. Look at him, Tito. He gets up. No, don't touch me. Look at Matt. Matt's going crazy. Don't touch me. Hey, it's basketball season for somebody, goddamn it. He throws the football. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. He throws the ball. They got the flag. Matt, like, get off the field, man. I just got us a flag. But I was surprised that 203 knew their front four was big enough and was bigger than 860. I think they knew that. That's why they went with 4 and not 5. My personal opinion.
Yo, he hit him with the he hit him with the around the world route. I don't even know what that route's called. That's not a whip route. That ain't the whip. That's the around the world. the around the world go.
Yeah, Lou, the rain stifled the game some, but by this time, Lou, this game was rocking. There was no rain, and this is the second quarter. So the 8U got hit with the rain. The 9U, to me, I think that was fine. I don't think it was much rain. Sid, you did tell me that it would be close and that I needed to see your size. Coach Riley told him the cornerback was going to bite.
Well, he did. He clearly did.
The cornerback bit like crazy. That's a hitch and go route.
Yeah, but hitch and go, you usually don't.
Yeah, that kind of twirl.
It's
a 9U hitch and go, Tito. It's a 9U hitch and go.
No, but I'm just saying it worked. People might want to look at that.
Let's check it out again.
Usually it's a shoulder fake. Like, you know what I'm saying? You come fake the hitch, shoulder fake, and then get back out.
He just turned around in a circle.
Yeah.
And it worked. That
worked.
was enough to make the kid turn around. So it definitely worked. I see Rachel taking pics. No rain. No, it was no rain at the 9U. I think by the end of the 8U game, the rain had subsided and the day was starting to split to be a good day. You might be right. That's the Odell. There you go. That's that Odell pitch and go. That might be his version of it, but definitely was a good. So Tito, to recap, I'm gonna say this. I think 203 defense held it down. I think 860 was put. 203 offensively. I think the difference in the game is they was putting the 203 offense had put the 203 defense in a bad predicament. Because for the most part, Tito, it was a defensive game. And what's going to make the difference is if your offense could shift field position, right? Like if I can get the ball on your side of the field and then let my defense play, it would definitely
on the day 4 to 6 games were defensive battles. I mean, for 4 to 6. So
Sean, I ain't been busy. Hit me on the inbox. I'm gonna inbox you my number, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Tito. My bad. I said 4 to 6 games with defensive struggle. So it was the common theme of 2024's games, was the defenses were strong in 4 to 6 games.
And you said something earlier when we was talking. You said that defense is a lot easier in these games to do. Go ahead and look. Levi outside. Ooh, that might have been a little block in the back. Let's go. But they ain't call it, and that's the referee. Yo, shout out to the referees. The referees did a great job calling the games, in my opinion. I don't care what you feel. It may not have been holding. Let's see. That's block.
No, he was by him. He didn't touch him. He was, but that kid was by him.
He blocked him up front first. That was good blocking by the wide receiver. But I want to shout out the refs, man. The refs did a good job to me on the day. They, for the most part, let people celebrate. They let people do their thing. They kept the games within reason. Even at your game, Tito, 2 kids acted out. They got ejected. They were able to come together at halftime, talk with the ref. The referees allowed the young men to play because it was one game. They could have said no, and there would have been nothing I can do. So it was definitely a good game. Laser, what up, Laser?
Cuddy, what up? Cuddy, man. Now, the game, the 9U game was it was a hard-fought battle. I'm glad A60 came out on the top, but.
And that started the day when A60 went up 2-0. I was like, oh, God. Oh, God. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, God, this thing might be turning around in a major way against 203, to be honest with you. That's what I thought. And then, Tito, we had another banger. Right? We had another banger. Which I think, at 11U. We're talking 11U.
Yeah.
Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, Tito, was a difference. And let me get to sharing some footage. Now I gotta confess about the 11U game. A60, I'm gonna apologize on this confession. I gotta confess. Let me see. Let's watch the play. After this play, no, it's coming up. Let me fast forward. After this play, if you watch it, that was the interception right there. He drops it, and I think that's Bowman that catches that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't tell.
I think that was Bowman that caught that.
Silver helmet, probably.
Who's number 6? I think that's Bowman, right?
Yep.
I might be wrong. Y'all tell me. Oh, that's Godfrey. That's Godfrey. My bad. Shout out to Godfrey. That was Godfrey. Godfrey catch that play. Now, I'm going to be honest, Tito. It was the 4th quarter. I was at the top of the hill at this moment. I thought 11U A60 lost on that play. Shout out to Coach Myers. Shout out to Coach Rob. I did not have no belief in y'all at this moment. Because it was so much of a defensive struggle, I definitely did not think 12 points would get scored in a matter of like 5 minutes. I just did not believe it. For 3.5 quarters, there were absolutely almost 0 points. It was a stifling defensive game. And then in a switch, they turned on. So it's funny. So that happened, Tito. They went up, and I was up there talking to Rick, and he was talking junk to me, right? He was like, oh, Phil, you know, when this game is over and it's going to be tied and 860 and 203, when 203 go up and they're beating y'all, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that's how it's going to be. That's not it. That's okay. Don't worry about it, baby. And I was like, yeah, y'all got this one. I'm going to keep it real. I told him, yeah, y'all got this one. But there's something happened, Tito. Let me say this. I noticed that Coach Rod did what you did in the 14U game in the second half. He didn't panic and go to some spread and start trying all the latest, stuff. He went with it we just saw. He went under center. He let his big guys block. They didn't panic, and they methodically moved the ball down the field. So at one point, I still didn't see this part. Let me see. This is when I got back down to the field, and I was like, oh, snap. This dude's about to score. In my mind, I said that. I said, oh, snap, A60 about to score. This might have been the most impressive game on the day, the way that they won their game. And so Who is this? The kid Ryland from he's a monster. He's a monster. When I saw that score, I thought, okay, if Larry Myers and them get the extra point, then the game over. And so I'm gonna lie. So at that point, I'm thinking they're gonna go into overtime. They come out. Oh, that was a false start. So now I really knew. I really was like, oh, this game's going into overtime. I thought the game was going to. I don't even know how the last touchdown was scored. Do you know?
No, I was in the parking lot having cold beers already, bro. We was watching from the phones behind the church. Me and the squad.
Okay, that was a pass to
God. But
God.
wasn't there another drive that went? There must have been another drive where they went down.
I don't know. We're about to find out now. I don't know. Zay about to pop. Close. They wrapped them up there.
QB run, Rodriguez said. The scramble with the quarterback.
He popped a big time run.
Yeah, on the next possession, probably the next 8-6.
This is 4th and 1. Did they not get it?
Oh no, they got it. Zay.
Oh, it got to be late 4th quarter. Like I did. I'm sorry, y'all. We recapping this. We didn't get to see. This was a very exciting game, and I didn't get to see it, but I was definitely interested. I don't know who shape. I can't believe the size between 10U and 11U. Yeah, there was a big difference, Tito. That was the biggest gap on the day. From you as you look going up, 12U could look like 14U, but 10U to 11U, that seemed to be the growth spurt.
Yeah, but these were very two big teams. Like 11U's not always with this many big dudes out there, bro. This is true all-star fashion 11U. But also 11U is still considered middle school age. So this is a 6th grade game / 7th grade game, something in there.
That meant the last one would have been 5th grade though. Still, the size difference, dude, was
it's crazy. But these are two very big teams. Let's not confuse this.
Oh, wait, the kid got a 50. So listen, I did not do the top 10, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't get to watch all the plays, I didn't think it would be good enough. I still have not made it through all. Like, I did not know about the 54-yard run that y'all talking about, which very could be the play of the day, the number one play of the day. I don't know. We know about the 14U catch. We know about C's stiff arm and run. We know about those. I don't know about all the other plays. But they still got the ball, and it ain't that much time left. I'm trying to figure out how did they get the ball back? Oh, he fucked. Is that how? Nope. That shotgun snap is killing him. It looked like it right here. It looked like, and we're going to discuss some of that later, Tito. But
I can't wait.
Uh-oh, here we go. Short pass. Good call.
Good call.
Got him a first down. That moves the chains. Clock is running. It's 6-6 right now, right? Clock is running. 6-6. I can see strategically both teams' mental going back and forth. I tell you something, and he still handed it off, which was a good call, Tito, because I think everybody expected pass. I'm gonna tell you what surprised me, Tito. The D line not in the 3-point stance.
Oh, I was just about to say. I thought
design or they meant to do that, but the D line.
Who does that?
Now I don't know
who does that. And
I don't know.
And he's an eye specialist like I am. Who does that?
What is it, a timeout? It looked like he done call. They done made him call a timeout. Uh-oh. This looked to be the play. Oh yeah, that's definitely over 50 yards. He ain't go no touchdown. Oh, It looked like number one had an angle and thought the kid was going out of bounds. Watch this.
Run that back, because that's not a broken play. It don't look like a broken play. Run that back.
It didn't look like somebody wasn't open and he took off. Number one had the angle. It looked like he let up because he thought the kid was going out of bounds. He dropped back. It just looked like nobody.
That's not a broken play. He escaped. He escaped and released out the back door.
Wow. Let me rewind that. How much time was on that clock? 1:19, I think it said. Right here, Tito. I think the first error was the containment went inside. Right there, he's caught inside. When he go this way, I'm surprised with these angles here that they couldn't beat this kid to this sideline. Well, I don't remember his name, but whoever he is, he must got some hit. He must got speed because he beat all four of them, Tito, to the sideline. That's a hard. That's 15 yards, and they got to only run like maybe 8, 9, and he beat them all. Right here, it looked like this kid definitely can beat him to this spot. It looks like he lets up. Look, he thinks that they're going to make the tackle, and then he like, oh, snap. And then he tries to catch him later.
That's bad pursuit. Bad pursuit angles.
They went flat. They should have went a little higher. That was a great play by the quarterback, though. Oh, Larry said they was tired. He knew it. 203 had 12 players on the field. What? Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They had 12 players on the field. They sure did have 12 players on the field. They rushed 5 and dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Let's count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. They dropped 7 and rushed 5. They had 12 players on the field. Still got it off. Wow, that could be play of the day. That could be the play of the day, Tito.
Now, the coaching point, I don't want to get crazy with the coaching points, but that outside linebacker to that side, there's no way he's supposed to get caught inside on that play because he's responsible for that situation right there. He's the guy that in any
this linebacker?
No, this guy. I
right
can't.
Here?
This guy here. Nope, in here, inside. Line of scrimmage. On the line of scrimmage.
Him?
Big guy. Right there.
Right
he's
here.
responsible for this whole area to the flat.
Correct.
That's where he's supposed to be responsible in the 3-4. There to the flat.
I tell my kids, Tito, he's beat as soon as he gets his outside hand on the inside of that man. Because that means, right, if I got both hands on you facing this way, beating me to the corner is going to be easy, even if I'm faster.
Still, he's supposed to be, his alignment is supposed to be on the outside hip of that tackle. His alignment, and he probably should be loose because let me go back to the formation. He should be apexing that because it looks like there's a couple receivers that way. Let me see.
There's one.
Right. He should be walked off a little because that's what you don't want to happen to you. You don't want the clean escape.
It looked like he started there and then he moved inside. You see that? He's moving. He somebody must have told the kid to move inside. I
don't know. That made it easy. That made it easy for the quarterback to just take off to the left.
So he looked like he's in what you're talking about now. Now watch him scoot inside.
Yeah, I don't know why he did. And I would have walked him off wider than that. I'd have walked him off wider than that if it was me.
He doesn't look like very fast, so I would have put him in like a 7 technique at least because he doesn't look like he has speed.
I just can't believe they didn't leverage that formation at all the right way. That's rough. That's a rough way to go down.
That's a rough way to go down.
I'm happy though. I'm happy it happened because my prediction was right. I'm happy it happened, but from a coach's point, that's a rough way to go down.
That's tough. That's a tough way to go down. And I'm apologize to Coach Leary and Coach Rob. When I saw the touchdown at the top of the hill, I was talking to the other teams. I'm like, oh, that's it.
Chase Santiago. Chase Santiago is the quarterback's name. Chase
Oh,
Santiago.
Chase Santiago. Yup. Chase. Yes. Coach Rock and Coach Larry want to come on. We could let them on, but we got like 10 minutes. We got a lot of topics. I'm gonna send y'all the inbox right now.
Yeah, but if you're gonna let them on, you gotta let Half on. Because Half got to defend himself, because on paper he had the better team. As far as we were looking at it. On paper, he had the better team.
Huh?
On paper, everybody thought he had the better team. We knew they were loaded with talent.
Yeah, true.
But the names he had over there only coming up with 6 points.
I'll send it to all three of them brothers right now. Whoever get on next 10 minutes, let's talk about it real quick. And because I mean, it was a close game, so it's not like he got blown out.
No. It was a great game.
You know what I'm saying? Would you say they got out coached?
Clearly.
Huh?
Clearly. All they was bragging about was having a high school coach, and that defense looked worse than a youth defense. From when I'm just looking at them couple clips, no 3-point stances. No, I mean, I don't know.
We have the luxury of Monday morning quarterbacking, everybody. Don't take it personal. That's the game of football. We do it to our college teams. We do it to our NFL teams. Shoot, I got my butt whooped at NCAA by my nephew. He never beat me back in the day. I used to run option with Nebraska. Used to kill him. Put up 70 points. I was Monday morning quarterback in my loss. That's what happens in football.
I would love to know how all y'all cats got your copies, and I got to wait to the 19th.
You ain't do the download. You going into the DVD. Tito, you should do film review on every game. A lot of us can use the OG knowledge. Probably should. Maybe that we'll do one day, T.
No, we could do a
film review. At one podcast, we'll do one game next week.
We could do a film Friday type deal.
Yeah.
A film Friday.
We'll just break down the film and we'll talk about it.
Well, bro, you know what? That's a good time to tell them what we got going on with the generic run scheme thing we're trying to put on in Hartford. You know, that's a good intro. No, but I'm gonna say you got to put it together. I mean, we still working on the location for what? Sunday, August 4th, we said?
Mm-hmm. Sunday, August 4th.
Sunday, August 1st, we're going to be putting on a clinic on just base gap run schemes. All the variations of them and how you apply them to any formation. It's not going to be about formations or backfield looks. It's just going to be a chalk talk on base run schemes. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. I'll do it on the whiteboard in the classroom setting in the Hartford High, and Phil's going to put the rest together when he'll drop the flyer probably tomorrow. We got to give you guys a couple weeks to see it. It'll be out by the end of the weekend for sure. So that's coming. Now I know everybody told me I'm old fashioned, bro. I still buy the games. I still buy the games physically. Y'all got to put me on to how you get the streams and all of that. Out coached is a wild language. Why is that? What would you consider what happened out there?
Coach Rod, how you doing, my brother?
What's going on?
So, let me ask you a couple questions. So, when y'all went down 6-0, it was late. It was not late, but it was mid fourth quarter. I was surprised you decided to still be even killed and run the ball. I've seen too many times in an All-Star game a person go down by one touchdown in the first quarter, and then we start seeing the hitch and go, the screens, etc. What made you guys do that? What made you guys still maintain the run? Because that's not an easy thing to do. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I was paying attention to their tendencies on defense. Whole game, I was paying attention to those substitutions, who they got in, who they dogs were, who's coming in on third down, who's doing what. So what I told my offensive line, y'all just line up. I'll call the play. And that secondary's ears. So I'll tell my receivers, you just stay still, you run this. They drop it in pass coverage. and I'm going off tackle.
So you saw them bailing, basically
Yep.
looking for the pass.
Yep.
Catch up.
Mhm.
And so you decided to pace yourself.
Mhm.
So the run, though, that was a pass play that just he did that on his own. It broke down and he just decided to take off, or was it a design quarterback run?
Now, so Chase and I gave him a signal. I told him I'm gonna go trips right, and I know they were setting their defense according to my offense. So that's why you see that outside linebacker running across the field to go line up on my tight end. So he was killing them on the hitch. So they tried to bracket coverage him. They had someone over top, someone underneath. And there was no outside linebacker backside. So I gave him his little signal, like, yo, I want you to drop back. You drop back. It's a design run. Everybody running pass routes, you running.
Larry, when you guys went down 6-0, was you nervous? I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was up on the hill. 203 was talking mad junk to me. They wanted to make all type of bets with me in the moment. I'm trying to talk to the next team, and they was just barking on me. Yo, I told you, y'all got y'all games. Now it's about to be 11 and 12. We're about to run off the next 2 games. And I was like, damn, like 10 had won. They thought they were getting 11 and 12 when that touchdown happened. Did you feel like we could still take it, or was you honestly like, damn, that might be it? Because the game was very tight up until that point.
Yeah. Well, first of all, hats off to Dita for that catch, because
that was an amazing.
That was crazy, like hand-eye coordination for him to even grab that. Because if you see on the film, it should have been a pick. You know, it went right off his hands, and Dita fell through with it and caught it for the touchdown. So that the sideline was quiet, like in shock when that happened. You know, but you know, after a few minutes, not even like after that extra point, like I told Rod, like, listen, you know what I mean? I need you right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to turn up, because if you realize, like I knew he has a fast tempo, you know what I mean? And he could slow it down and grind. You know what I mean? So me knowing that he already prepared for that, I'm like, yo, basically I need you right now. He just did his thing. You know what I mean?
So y'all when y'all scored the first touchdown, they actually drove all the way down to like the 30, it looked like. Or it's like
they got
moved the ball all the way down the field.
Right? They got down to like the 35. But if you watched it, like the first 4 plays, it was 4th and 2 or 4th and 3. And Zay being Zay, you know, he got the first down. So I'm like, all right, here we go again. Let's try the next set of down. And then we got a penalty or something like that, and then they got another first down, but we stopped them. You know, the goal was, long as we stop them, if I could keep timeouts in my back pocket for offense and we still stop them, I know we could win the game, because momentum is already shifting to our side. So if I can hold off on using timeouts on defense and we stop them, and we could still have 2 timeouts going on the offense side of the ball, I'm positive we could just run them down, because they're already tired. They're not even getting down in the 3-point stance no more.
Yeah, I noticed. Did y'all pick up on that? I just picked up on it for the first time watching it, that they just stopped getting in the 3-point stance. And I'm surprised. I mean, they had some good big boys on the D-line. I think that takes away a little bit of the leverage as some of them started standing up and not really – I think that, you know, I don't know. I'm one of them old school dudes that think when that D lineman is in that 3-point stance, he get a better shot at getting under the offensive lineman. Did y'all pick up on the fact that they weren't? Or you watching it, y'all picked up? No,
I said it to Larry. I was like, yo, look, they started off in a 4-point. Now look, everybody's standing up.
Yep.
And
half of the job is done in the run game. Now I'm just gonna run the ball down your throat.
Yeah, because you realize, like, you know, Phil, we was hitting the sled in practice. Yeah. So we was on it. We knew, you know what I mean, like, where we had the advantage. So once they started standing up, you could watch the film. They wasn't getting past the line of scrimmage. Their D-line, they had no penetration, you know. So we knew we had to push. Once we push them downfield, we know our backs, like, it's good as gold after that.
All right, but before we go too far, hey, Half, I'm about to get you on. It looked like he got something to say. Asking to come.
He better say something.
Half, I just inboxed you. Every coach knows the lowest man wins. Yeah, you're using your legs, you're driving. It's tough when Larry, tell him you put someone in for pitches. What that mean?
That's saying being saying.
I don't know.
He said, Larry, talk your talk, stop being my. That's G right there.
Oh, that's G.
What, G? Junie?
That's Junie.
What? That's his Facebook name? I never knew that.
I know, right?
He's watching on YouTube. He's watching on YouTube. He's watching on YouTube.
Yo, Junie, what's up with the aliases, cuz? We all supposed to be family here, bro. Like,
that's actually his real name. I'll tell y'all his real name.
No, I know what his real name is. That ain't his real name neither, cuz.
That is.
Right. No, it's not.
Initials. The initials.
That is not his government name.
The initials are. All right, so it's 6-6. Y'all don't get the extra point. They're driving. Did you guys? I'm watching out. Did you guys stay in a 3-point stance that last possession? Y'all didn't? Did y'all change anything?
No, we had a 5-man. I believe our nose was in a 4-point stance, so we was still getting after it. I mean, we were still getting penetration all day.
No, your guys. I mean, one thing I did notice from watching, like, obviously I couldn't watch all the clips playing right before you guys and all that. And when we were watching in the parking lots from the phones, we were drinking, whatever. Your big guys up front on the offensive line, anyway, seem to have controlled the one by one line of scrimmage that, as O-line, defensive line coach, that we're always talking about. Control the front, the yard in front, yard in back. Your guys seem to control the neutral zone for the most part of the game. And eventually, clearly, you used it to your advantage.
Well, it's funny. I'm thinking back to what we had all of you guys on before the game, and we said that the trenches will decide the game. Remember that? We said in these games, usually the trenches is the difference maker, and being able to contain Zay is a hard job, but the way that you guys were able to do it with the front five, to contain him, Godfrey, Bowman on the Jets and all of that, because I saw the jet sweeps coming from those guys. That was pretty impressive. I got to be honest. I think that was a pretty impressive from the front five, because we're talking about the big guys, right? Yeah. That was pretty impressive.
I mean, mind you, to be honest, we started in a 4 because we went to a 4-2-5, but that was just a little too much, especially not being able to send, a Michael or a Will. And I can't, what I mean? So
my bad. I'm just now getting on, man. I thought y'all was starting this shit at 9:30, man. I got to go to work tonight.
No, you good. It's a 4-man here, and I'll ask you a question in a minute and a half. There's a 4-man.
Is there any way to get the volume up louder? I can barely hear you.
I hear everybody loud enough.
We'll all mute. We'll all mute when it's half's turn. We'll all mute, and that should fix the volume issue.
Hold on one second.
But yeah, it looked like and that looked like
that's the last play of the game. So we're up, and it's like maybe seconds left. So we went back to a 4-2-5 with a 2 high because we know they had to pass now. So yeah, we went back to a 4-2-5. So they had to pass, and we went cover 4 on a strong side. That's why you had that both guys on each zone. So they threw a play right into our hands anyway on that play.
Got you. And that was the last play, basically. Y'all kneeled out after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They only had one timeout left. We just nailed the ball out.
So, talk to me, you had a lot of talent. 6 points, brother.
What's up, bro? I mean, there was a lot of talent all throughout the 203 860/413 All-Star game, and there was a lot of teams that scored 6 points and under 6 points. But as far as the game was a bang out, man. it was a bang out. You know, I didn't think it wasn't going to be anything otherwise. You know, it was a bang out. A lot of people said it was a bang out. The predictions was going to be a bang out. The scores people thought were going to be a lot higher, but as far as what everybody was predicting, it came to fruition. But as far as that, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. The score in reality, if you was watching the game, should have been 2014 us. Like, we had a lot of missed opportunities. We definitely had a lot of missed opportunities. We shot ourselves in the foot. You know, I saw somebody posted up there 4 missed snaps. We missed a couple of passes.
But it wasn't 4 missed snaps. It was the pressure. That's what it was.
The snaps went off. The snaps went off. They got to the quarterback's hands. They got to the quarterback's hands, and in those moments, it's like a receiver. Ball touch your hands, you got to catch that ball, right? It's like your D-back. He was playing D-back because he wasn't a receiver. Ball touched his hand. Ball touched his hand. He got to catch that ball. So ball touched that quarterback hand. He got to catch that ball. The snaps were good. It wasn't even bad snap exchanges. You know what I'm saying? Not for nothing. Shout out to that center too, because I didn't have a center. Well, we did have one kid that came out as a center. He didn't play, but this kid right here, we said, yo, listen, you're a coachable kid. He's never played center. He played center for us in a shotgun in a big time game like that. Held it down all game long. So, you know, big kudos to him. But there was Carmelo Mendez, dog. Oh my God, dog. Listen, there was dogs throughout. There was dogs all over the field, both sides. You know what I'm saying? I commend both sides. Both sides did their thing. Shout out to Ra and Larry. They stuck to their game plan. You know what I'm saying? They did a phenomenal job bracketing our receivers. I noticed that in the game. They wanted to make sure that they didn't get beat one-on-one. So he does his homework. I give him that. You know, like I said, I talk my shit for we gotta hype this stuff up. But in the end of the day, the kids, they came out there, they did their thing. We shot ourselves in the foot. I felt were 2 bad penalties that were called. When I went back and looked at the tapes, I was looking at the block in the back. I was like, where's the block in the back? Where's the block in the back? Then I looked at the hold where Elijah had a good run. He had a big run on him. And I was like, where's the hole? Where's the hole? So I didn't see the hole. And again, we shot ourselves in the foot. I don't think we got outplayed. I don't think we underplayed. You know, there was a missed touchdown. Deep, that was wide open. We missed that one. We had a screenplay. If that ball was caught, that was more than likely going to be a touchdown because nobody was catching my feet.
We could go all day with the air
I know. But I'm gonna talk about the facts, bro. I'm still going to talk about the facts, bro. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
We won, bro. All these excuses, sob stories.
Ain't no excuses. Ain't no sob stories. Cut it out, man. We seen a whole bunch of coaches. Listen, I didn't hear not one person come out there and say to the 14U when they said, "Oh, it was a horrible game." All of this. Not one person said they was underprepared. You know what I'm saying? So they got to talk about it. I got to talk. I'm talking about it. Go ahead, dog. I'm listening.
I got a question for you. What was the bad calls? Listen, that's football. We think that
it's football. It's football. It's football. You talk about it.
What made you guys make the decision to stay in your D line up?
No, it ain't no stay in your D line. Listen, so one of the things. Well, they were tired, bro. They were tired. Listen, me and Larry talked after the game. And real talk. We knew. He saw it. You know what I'm saying? He saw once that D line took that hand off the ground, they was coming. You know what I'm saying? To be quite honest, the first team that got gassed. The first team that ran out of gas was going to lose that game, and we ran out of gas first. You saw our bigger boys versus their bigger boys. They kind of had like the more athletic bigger boys. Like 99 was gone. He went all damn game, bro. He went all damn game. So you know, one of the flaws, definitely like the substitution, because we know once those big boys came out, the trajectory of the game, that shit changes. Like you saw, dude. Like if you go back and you look at some of those you look at some of those flicks, it was a pancake party on both sides. Don't get me wrong, but you know, dudes was getting. I saw Jameek take a nice one, and he's one of the better D linemen. He's on there, yeah. All right, cool. We keep it like that. But the game came down to the trenches. It came down. It was predicted as it went as predicted. It came down to the trenches. Two different styles. You know, even though I was talking shit, don't throw that ball. I knew they wasn't throwing the ball. I talked to my staff. And I talked to the offensive coordinator. I told him, I said, listen, they're gonna bottle us up, and that's fine because we knew we was running the spread anyway. It was based on getting to those blocks. You look at the tapes. We had the openings. Some of them was there. We had some missed blocks too. It was like shit, bro.
Yeah, but to me, y'all fell into my whole defensive scheme. You know what I mean? We went to a 4-2-5. We thought you guys were gonna come out passing and try to utilize them skilled players out, but you guys came out in the spread and tried to run like a fold, like. And so that played into our hands. I just went to a 5, keep the play between the hashes, and you guys just fell into our hands. That worked out perfect for us. Like you know what fell into your hands? Our misfortunes, bro. Because we had plays that we shot ourselves in the foot completely. Just go back and look at it. Like it's not like you were shutting us down. We was moving the ball. Y'all scored. We was moving the ball. Y'all was moving the ball.
Can I say something? As an outside looking in,
you gotta stop it, bro.
As an outside looking in, for 3.5 quarters, both of y'all was shut down.
Shut down. Like it was shut down. It was a stalemate.
But nobody is. I saw, and look, I didn't get to watch all of the game. You see, most of the game I saw, I just watched. There's missed opportunities on both sides. Like even the breakdown run that the young man made, he definitely.
Why do you guys keep saying that's a breakdown? That was not a breakdown.
When I say breakdown, I don't mean a
broke contain and he took off.
If I drop back,
it was a breakdown in defense. I think he was saying because it was a breakdown in defense.
I was not saying that. Give me a second to say what I want
to say. Oh, my fault, because we lost contain.
I don't need nobody to tell me what I mean. I can tell you. I promise I can speak for myself. I don't need y'all.
Got you, bro.
All I'm saying is, he caught the ball. He clearly had a route. His first priority, his check downs. You can see his shoulder moving throughout his wide receivers, right? When they weren't open, he improv'd and he took off running. When I say breakdown, I don't mean that he fumbled and the ball picked up. I ain't saying nothing went wrong. Everybody did their job. They clearly, the offense ran their routes. Defense played good coverage. Sometimes my dog is better than your kennel. And I get out and I take off. That's what he did. And so what I meant was, on both sides, there seemed to be some breakdown. That's all I was saying. Go ahead, y'all can go. But that's all I was saying.
I agree with Tito on that one. We lost contain and he took off and ran for a touchdown on us. You know, kid's a stud. He's a big time player. You know, and once we heard who they got, that he was going to run the ball. For the most part, we did a good job. We did a good job on him. Containing him for the most part, keeping him in line, keeping him in check. And we got gas, man. We got gas. Boys got gas. And the first team that ran out of gas caught that L. Unfortunately, it was us. And you know, again, I think we shot ourselves in the foot more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Good game. I'm not taking anything away from the defense, not taking anything away from the offense. Defense was on pat, you know, was down pat. You know, I saw the bracket on our boys, because when I saw Sage out there, instantly I thought, okay, I know we got faster guys than Sage. But first pass play, I was like, oh shit, okay, he's shielding them. So we had the plays there. Yeah, we had the plays there.
You had too many good skill players, so we're not gonna try to go man. We could
right. Absolutely, we wasn't going man. We didn't go man. We didn't go man at all. And you know, shout out to Coach Grant. Coach Grant really was the defensive coordinator. You know, Bill was out there just having fun. He was doing it on the strength of the networking. You know what I'm saying? Rooted accused. We network out here big time. As far as, because the biggest thing for us was the exposure. Like a lot of our kids, I won't say a lot, but some kids did get some calls from people. You know, Fairfield Prep. I spoke with him the other day. And, from people that he wasn't even coming to look at, got calls. Just off of 2 snaps alone, he was like, oh, I like that. I like his aggression. I like where he's at. So, a lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scene and what we do for these kids when it comes to like this exposure. So
that's what the game is about.
That's what the game was about for me. I mean, I wanted that win over Larry. Don't get me wrong. I get that shit off my back.
Part of the reason of even having the game is that
right.
That back room portion, right?
Mm-hmm.
People talk to you and say, "Yo, there was a kid, right? And who is this kid, right?"
That's it right there.
Part of the reason for the game is that, and I'm glad that it's happening for those kids. Listen, fellas,
it's happening.
But hold up, real quick, and to be honest, I'm surprised half of you ain't telling, but Coach Bill, he opened up between me and
yep.
And I don't know if you want to speak on it, but he did extend.
Coach Bill Miller, you know what I'm saying? This is one of the things I kept telling the parents about. I kept talking to the kids about character. But at the end of the day, Coach Bill did talk to my staff and myself, and I opened up the invite to these dudes because we were out there on that level. So we will get an invite to Cheshire Academy. We'll be able to go watch some practices and probably one of their scrimmages. He just got to set me up the dates, and I'm going to drop the message to Larry, put it to the parents. So all the parents that were involved in this, whether they decide to come or not, because I know a lot of people at the end of these days, they, some people don't feel like you did the best job that you could have did, but my job was the best job of getting these kids exposure, getting them looked at, and getting them the next possible opportunity when they progress out of here. Tito, you were spot on. Bill, cool as fuck. Excuse my language. Cool as fuck. Lots of knowledge. So, we gonna sit, chill with him, chop it up, and we're gonna show it from the 203 860. We're gonna bring this thing together, and we'll be out there.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. Those are great opportunities. I did have Stepanak, who also put out an invite to any
nice.
kid.
That's dope.
They're setting up a tour in August on a Sunday, specifically because I told them we got to do it on a Sunday. People practicing in August. Any day,
right.
Anybody who may be interested in touring their school and going, they can inbox me. I'll give your kid the date. I don't mind bringing them. It doesn't hurt me any to get any kid from around the state the opportunity to at least go see. I think we catch the train up to like Stanford, and they'll come pick us up from there and bring us on in. Yo, fellas, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Yo, appreciate the opportunity to coach so much talent, man. It was a hell of an experience.
You two brothers will be playing in 1 month and 1 week in the bowl game. So see you in the Soul Bowl, brother.
See you in the Soul Bowl, fellas. See you in the Soul Bowl.
Coach Rod, see you in the Soul Bowl. Boom, call some good plays then too.
Rod, you welcome, man. You welcome to the cookout, brother.
Oh, you're gonna be more than welcome to the cookout, but we'll talk about that later. Take it easy. Oh man, T. So yeah, good game. Good game. Good game.
No, it was a good game. It was a great game.
And then the 12U Tito's to keep going because we ain't got all night. Right. I think this game played out how we hoped that it wouldn't, but I wasn't surprised that it played out that way.
I wasn't. I mean, we knew going into it. We knew last December that this was going to be, we had to make some right decisions with coaching, and we did to get bodies there. I mean, we knew we had to make some decisions to try to make sure we even have a game at 12U, and it worked out, and it went. I thought it would be a little tighter. It went kind of how we thought it was going to go.
Yeah. Like I said, I always thought that once I saw the rosters, I always thought 203 had the advantage, and for people out there, 860, not because of the talent names. 860 had a lot of talented kids by name as well. I do think that I just think the picks on the 203 side gave them a lot more cohesiveness quicker. 860 team came together a little later. You know what I'm saying? They came together later, and they didn't have as much practice time as 203. I didn't think that it would be I didn't think that 860 would necessarily jump the hump. I was hoping for a closer game, just because I think when people come to see an All-Star game, they always want to see a closer game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Well, the truth of the matter is, I mean, wasn't like 13 or 12 of those kids on the 12U from one team? That makes a difference. That makes a difference in a roster of 25, especially like you said, when it comes to cohesiveness, gelling. You know what I'm saying? You got a short period of time. You may get 10 practices when you do that, if that, and that's if you're practicing a lot. You don't have a lot of time to put things together. So when you got 12, 13 kids from one team in an all-star scenario, there's a little bit of a expediting of the process there.
100%, 100%. And so I knew that, and so I you know that we no excuse. Sam, we don't have excuses. Nobody's making excuses. We're giving assessments of the game. We're not saying a certain team lost because of this, right? I mean, that's 2 missed tackles. They could have made the tackle right there. So there's no excuses about the game, but we're recapping the highlights and talking about the game. The truth of the matter is, I think that listen, man, they didn't. The bus just ran all over them. It's hard to come up with any other assessment of what happened other than, you know, the bus ran all over. But A60 has some dogs, man. Don't get me wrong. A60 has some dogs, and they also had King freaking out there, I don't know, doing everything that Deion Sanders do, right? I mean, his run was amazing. I think he also caught a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. I heard that. I did not see it, but I did hear that he also caught a touchdown. Did anybody else score?
Nah, yes, A60 scored the pass at some point, I believe in the second quarter.
No. I mean, did okay, so A60 scored. Okay, A60 did score. Let me see if I got any. I'm trying to get any more touchdowns. They go run right there. Trying to see what the touchdowns were. They're already at 12, so the touchdown must be coming up. Yeah, it was just all out. I mean, there you go. He's untouched. He's untouched. I mean, that's just too easy. That was just too easy, man. The edge. It seemed like Tito again. They said number 12 scored. Tyree said, "Watch your own games, Phil." Damn, Tyree, it's a lot of work, brother. On that day, it's a lot of work. I would love to be able to just sit right here in the corner and watch the games, but trust me, this is the 4th year. I've never got a chance to watch the game. I always got to watch highlights. And I work, so I just can't watch all games all day. But I am going to watch the games. I'm going to stream them, and I'm going to watch them. So every kid didn't play. I'm not sure about if every kid played or not. The kids were just running out of his way. Well, it's a bus. Nobody want to get hit with a bus. And I'm not sure if every kid played or not. But we're going to talk. So that's part of the discussion, right, Tito? Is it mandatory that every kid play? We saw a lot of chatter online, and wow. We saw a lot of chatter online about that, right? About should every kid play, or does every kid? They go touchdown right there. Oh, now is that a touchdown? Who that? Oh, wasn't that kid from that kid was from I think he was from the Cowboys. Talk to me, Gil. I think that kid that caught that touchdown was from the Cowboys.
No, that was A60 that scored. It couldn't have been the Cowboys, dog.
That was 203 that just scored. He had a royal blue helmet or something like that. I do think at this point, though, I'm gonna be honest. I do think when there was 40 seconds left, that A60 should have ran a clock out and went into halftime. I think they should have went into halftime when they were up 19, when they were losing 19-6, regrouped and came out and played. I did not since we're assessing, I do not think that with 40 seconds left, they should have went for a quick strike and then gave 203 back the ball with like 25 seconds. That team was too high powered. That team was too talented. Oh, KD is a kid from West Road with the blue helmet. Okay, that's but RZ number 8 is from the Cowboys. He is, but he's going over to West Haven. Newsbreak. But I just knew that what San had was too high power, and they only needed to play the score. So I would have let the clock run and played the tight game. I definitely would not have gave them back the ball. With having that kid that just caught that pass, having King on that team, having the bus, having the quarterback that they got, I would not have gave them back the ball with seconds left. I thought that was a bad idea. Yes, I think it was a bad idea to give them back the ball with that much time, and they struck quick, Tito. It was only like seconds left when they were doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't know why 860 didn't run the clock out. I think they should have ran the clock out, went into halftime. It would have been a closer game, and then everybody would have. I think the kids would have had a little bit more confidence going into the third quarter. But that last touchdown kind of gave them a lead so much, it kind of made it feel like it was out of reach. And I just didn't think that was a good idea for 860 to do. Right here, they had called the play. I think they should have let it go. But at the end of the day, Tito, I mean, long story short, we knew 12U was going to be tough for 860 to win. I did think that. I thought they had enough talent to hold on closer. I'll let you go.
No, that was my assessment as well. I thought it would have been – I was hoping for a better game, but, I mean, we also know that 203 at 12U was loaded. I mean, just with the contingency of West Row players they had, I mean, you got some real special players there with the Bus and King. And I don't know all the kids' names, so I don't want to get into it, but I know those two kids and who their families are, so I feel comfortable saying it. Obviously, it was more to them. I don't think they scored all their points. I don't believe they scored all their points, but obviously they were a loaded group. Justin Cotton did a great job of putting the team together because we know it came together late for sure. We know it came together late, but he got it together, so he deserves his credit for hanging in there and doing the best he can with a limited hand as far as how that team came together. And that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's just the truth. We were there. We know what we were up against.
Right. It was potential to be a closer game. I mean, look, it's 19-6. They got the ball at the 3?
Yeah,
and they're in the shotgun, which we're going to talk about, Tito, soon. Right? Like there was opportunities for the game to be closer. I just wanted the game to be a lot closer. You know what I'm saying? Because all day we watched some very good football games besides the 10U. And I think that I was just looking for some games to just keep people engaged a little bit.
Well, I mean, the 4-6 were great games, went down to the wire. I mean, I don't know if you could ask for a much better day of football than that. I mean, even when you're in the regular fall, when you're playing top to bottom, you barely get one good game. We were lucky. The fans in Connecticut were lucky, or the fans in New England were lucky to see 4 very good football games. Were they the cleanest games? Absolutely not. It's an all-star game. It's not like the regular season. But, I mean, I think for the most part, like I said, matter of fact, not for the most part. I know we got the best all-star game in this region. We put on the best show in this region. It's not even close. I've partaken in other all-star games. None of them are like this. None of the atmospheres are like this. None of the quality of plays like this. The quality of players is suspect because you got to pay to be there. Here, we make it affordable for everybody. So, I mean, well, I thought, all in all, we had a great day of football, and I was just happy to be a part of it again, to leave it on a positive note.
Yeah, I was trying to find the other run. I don't think I could find it.
Well, where's King's run? I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen it, but
I'm trying to find it now. Commercial came on, but yeah, I mean, I the format works. I mean, the format works, and this is leading us into our next discussion. Hopefully, we can see King's run is right here. No, that's not King.
No, that's another kid, though. That's
another kid, boy. He's a burner.
Run.
Oh, that's RZ, I think.
It's a great run.
That's the kid Arzi, I think, right there. Go pass. I don't know.
Look, that was a missed out. That could have been a pick the other way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could have been. There's another opportunity.
I don't know what they would, and that's one of my players too. I don't know what he was doing that play. Do y'all know at what? Phil, your thing this year, don't let them dim your light. No way, never, never, never. I'm not gonna let them dim my light. For the people that did not like it, that don't want to engage, you do not have to. We respectfully, you make all the decisions for your child. Go ahead. So Tito, those are the recaps. Let's get to the next thing. All-Star Games. There was a lot of complaints, Tito, about now look, before I do this, let me give a little disclaimer. Y'all know I love disclaimers. You guys were able to take to Facebook, take all the shots. I saw the shots about I'm never coming back. That's why I'll never do this. I saw the shots of people talking on other people's threads, and they were screenshotting them to me of saying, well, that's why I never engaged in that game. All of the stuff. And do me a favor. Stop announcing that you're not coming back to the All-Star Game.
We don't care.
Why do you put that out there, some of you? Because you don't get an MVP or you don't get the amount of playing time. You go, this is my last year doing All-Star. Who is it that you're trying to make not do the All-Star Game? Just call their parents up and say, don't do All-Star because I'm not doing it. Because that's truly what you're doing when you announce you're not doing an All-Star. You're hoping it filters out to other people, that people take those opportunities and not give their kid an opportunity at enjoying this type of game in front of the whole state, because you're not. But let's move forward, because you know what? I'm not going to explain myself because I don't really care.
You don't have to explain yourself, but like I told you, you make, as your boy, I'll tell you this all the time. Phil's a good dude in the sense where he leaves himself available to listen to your guys' opinions, where your opinions, and I'm going to just say this frankly, we don't give a fuck about them. We don't. You don't want your kid to play here? Don't fucking come. Just don't. Don't. We don't need you. The game will go on without you. And the problem is we've given people a voice that don't deserve a voice. That don't. Because these people are problems everywhere they go. And that's just a fact. It's a fact. I see them too.
No cursing, Breed. It's a no cursing.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I've tried not to. I haven't cursed in weeks neither. It's the first time I'm cursing in a while, but it's crazy. It's crazy that I see what he goes through to put this game on. Damn, I'm in the back room with him, you know, going through the stresses, the sleepless nights, wondering if we're going to have all 6 games, you know, everything that could go wrong. And then yet, when certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't. Because if you could do it, you would, but you can't. Because many people have tried to do what we do.
All the people that got a problem with it, and all the people that, it ain't not all, but the people that decided to take to social media and have a problem with it, and the people that decided to
Bro, there was people commenting on
the
the game.
I know what King Run is at what time. Please let me know.
There was people commenting on the game that have never partaken in the game.
Right.
Never. In none of the 4 years. And that bothers me. Because you don't partake in it because you don't want to leave your child's subject. Then this is the truth. To not be in the starting rotation, maybe not getting picked, or just knowing flat out he's not going to get his way here because you're used to getting your way because you complain everywhere you go and talk about it publicly, how everywhere you've been is so bad. Now the new place you're at is so great. But yet you don't put your kid in a situation where he has to actually have to compete. But you got the nerve to speak about what we're doing. It's just, it gets old after a while.
I'm going to be honest. Let's talk to the people that love the game. All of the messages, the love definitely overpowered.
Always outweighs the hate.
I want to thank everybody who decided to engage. I want to appreciate everybody who did engage. I want to show everybody something right now that, and shout out to my boy Luck, because there's always blessings in everything that we do. As you can see, put on by Nick LeBron, the game made the paper. So at the end of the day, we're going to continue to do great things for our people. And that's it. all of the youth. All of the youth. Those that criticize the uniforms, I just want to say, Tito, again, they looked hot. You look at the pictures, it came out hot. I told you, the way you look at uniforms, I do uniforms. I'm about to give y'all, never look at uniforms in a vacuum. You don't know if a uniform look hot by looking at one person. When you look at a team, if you don't be like, damn, that look hot, then the uniform ain't hot. One person could dazzle themselves up and look hot and get with their team, and it'll look whack. The uniforms came out hot. You know what I'm saying? The uniforms came out hot. And listen, it's a nice environment. It feels like a state championship game. And Larry, that's what it's designed to feel like. It's designed to feel like a state championship game. Because guess what? Most of these kids ain't going to play in one. That's the truth. Most of these kids is not going to play in one. And so we give them that environment. I'm going to post a link to the article, y'all. We give them that environment because you know what? For the ones that do, it'll shake them none. For the ones that's going to play big games at the next level, it'll shake them none. They have played in front of large crowds. They have people jumping in their face after they drop an interception and the crowd going, ooh, it'll shake them none. The idea is to watch it. Why can't we just enjoy the fact that all of these kids played on this big stage? And guess what? Big players show up in big moments. Everybody in the game was an all-star. Everybody in the game was not a superstar. There are all-stars in the NBA. The All-Star Game, Tito.
Right. But then there's
everybody in the NBA that's an all-star is not a superstar.
There's the upper room, like Dion said. There's the upper room.
Just because you're an all-star, some of you want to be superstars. That's not how the game goes. The superstars you know. The bus. Damn superstar. It's a superstar, dog. Like it or not, was a superstar. I might not have all the kids' names, but AV. Superstar, Tito. He does this multiple years. Superstar. At 9U. At 10U. Lil Duke kid, the quarterback. Yeah. He's a freaking superstar.
Stud.
I didn't know he was a superstar. I know now that's what the game for. Listen, heard about his name, never seen him play. I heard, oh, it's a nice kid. No, he's good. He is good. I'm gonna tell you something. He probably could have played in the 11U game, and we would have known who he was. The kid is definitely crazy. Alex Evans, is that little Duke name?
No, that's Godfrey. No, Duke is Will Gainey Jr.
Oh no, I saw. Okay,
that's Godfrey. That's Godfrey. That's the Godfrey kid.
Godfrey. Oh, Bree, I don't know why you said that. Maybe y'all having a conversation. King Run is at 3906. Cool. I got you. But that is definitely 39. I gotta show this run, y'all. Right. Part of the reason I gotta show y'all this run is this potentially, and the top 10 highlights will be released. And a top 10 highlight form with a professional video just like that. This potentially could be the run of the day. Again, this is what I mean by, Tito, there are superstars and there are stars. All of these kids deserve credit because they're all stars. But everybody's not a superstar, dog. And until we accept the fact that there's levels to stardom, we're going to know. Yeah, Dita, of course Dita's a superstar. Alex Godfrey. We know him. They go to run. Pause. Okay, it was at this point, this is a commercial, where they realized, it don't matter who the kid is. This was good defense, Tito.
No, they had him.
Make no mistake about it. This is good defense, and the kid should be tackled at the 1. That is an all-star. Only problem, he was tackling a superstar. So what happens? He breaks. Again, great angle here. Great angle. What happens?
Good block. And then that's it. So she broke us.
Superstars do just outrun everybody. So, so if your son didn't play, your son didn't get as much time, would you please accept what we're doing in Connecticut? which is giving you your kids to an understanding of what it's like. We love to say we want to play like it is in Florida. Demeter, tell your husband I'm on the podcast. I'm gonna hit him up. We love to say we want to do like it is in Florida, right? But truth of the matter is, Tito, a lot of the parents in Connecticut ain't ready to be confronted with what the kids in the South is confronted from, because they're not ready to culture. They're used to back room, a small town, nice football where you're getting to play. And whatever if you're playing, if you're training at something, we're going to play you at that. Let me give y'all another scenario. I want everybody to understand something. When you go to try it out in an All-Star game, you may not play the position that you think your son is at as well. I'm going to say it again. When you go to try out for an All-Star game, you may, unless you're a dog, you may not get to play the position that your son would like to play. Embrace it. If you remember, you have to embrace this process. There was kids that got cut that would have loved to get your son 1 or 2 or 3 plays. There was kids that got cut that would love to get your son 1, 2 or 3 plays. And so, Tito, we needed to address that. But the next thing, let's keep moving on because I don't want to talk too much.
Well, the bottom line is everybody's not getting getting our ear no more. Like we've come to that conclusion.
100%.
You guys don't deserve our ear. Obviously, what we do works. We don't need your opinions because some of you guys just are looking to punch hole and pigeonhole what we do. And the bottom line is, not everybody gets to talk to us anymore. Like that's just how it's gonna go.
Friday Night Tykes, Tito.
It ruined the youth football space.
Friday Night Tykes.
Even years later, it's ruined the youth football space.
Explain. I'll put up some stuff, but explain what you mean.
Because if anybody remembers Friday Night Tykes, like we knew every once in a while some of that stuff will go on. But it just seems like to me after the show in a couple years and the after effect, a lot of things started to become more prominent. The park hopping started to become more prominent. Personal trainers blew up because everybody saw it on there because it wasn't really a thing prior to it. It helped that whole space and got everybody thinking they're needed. And I believe it absolutely muddied up what it is we do, because prior to that, going back 10 years or so ago, none of this stuff existed until it was put all in front of all of our faces with this stupid ass show right here.
So let's break down what you're saying. So basically the fact of, you saw the Outlaws, and what was the kid, the
coach. You saw a whole bunch of craziness.
Right? And then you saw the coach come over with the Outlaws. Yeah, then he brought over the stud to go play with Mizell. And then
but then the stud couldn't play with Mizell, so the stud wound up in season 3 going to every park trying to find a team to play on, like and then this idiot who's one of the worst football coaches I ever seen in my life, they made the show about him, and he's everything is wrong for youth football. Like the whole Outlaws thing is everything wrong for youth football. It was wrong with youth football. Just everything. You see a bunch of bad football. You don't see too much teaching. Everything is live contact, crazy contact that you can't do every day. There's really no coaching going on. It's a bunch of hooping and hollering and obviously gifted players.
Yeah.
Gifted players. They have a lot of gifted players. And if you watch the show, you realize in San Antonio, they were just getting all the best players.
Listen, nobody said he wasn't a good dude, Tyree. We don't know him personally.
I don't know him personally. And even if you know him, it don't change my opinion on him. It doesn't.
So I'll agree with something that you said in the beginning, that Friday Night Tykes exposed. I don't want to go too deep. To me, what Friday Night Tykes did is exactly what showing the Columbine video of the shooting did in America.
Yeah, no.
It exposed us to seeing something that we have never seen before. And it started to explode, like you said. Everybody started going, wait a minute, I don't have to play in my town with my people. And it might have happened sporadically here and there. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying they exposed us to some stuff. They exposed us to, man, hit him hard, which that's never coaching, right? I don't understand.
It was a bunch of nonsense.
Hit him hard, or when you scream.
Like these drills aren't even drills I would suggest to anybody. That much space in a hitting drill, I would never. I mean, what are you teaching them? Did they correct that kid right there? That's not terrible.
Yeah, I don't know if it was illegal back then. I don't know what year this is, but at some point, this head-on from 5 yards apart became illegal because the truth of the matter is you never get two football players ever in a game
straight on, like
yards running straight at each other on a tackle.
Well, you do if the defense is playing it right and you funnel them. That's what's
but it still ain't gonna be straight, Tito, because
it's never straight on.
Tackling at an angle, unless the middle linebacker get a dive. Like it'll have to be those strict situations where I run a dive, he pops through, and your middle linebacker come up and hit. But even if I run, a 28 tall, if I run a 28, you're tackling at an angle, Tito. You're tackling downhill at an angle.
You got to track them the correct way.
But I mean, I don't know. It's just that
I think it ruined the space, and it did. I mean, just look at everything we all deal with on a daily basis. I mean, just look at the forum. Look at the forum, and let's look at some of the conversations, and look at some of the complaints. And let's even better. Look at some of the people that play with 5 teams in 5 years. We know a couple of them. Like, that's what Friday Night Tykes did to the youth football space. Look how many kids deal with personal trainers, and look how many personal trainers impede on your football team. Like, that wasn't happening before. Where now they got to say, we're fighting that now too. You know what I'm saying? Which that wasn't here prior to all of that.
That wasn't. The
reality of that matter is, and I'm just going to be blunt and frank about it, is the personal trainer is going to tell you what you want to hear because he wants your money. We're going to keep it 100 with you about your child, and you not going to like that. But he'll take your money and tell him he's the greatest player on earth when we all know he got no business being there.
True. Hey, Dolores, I got the jersey ready. Thanks for your registration fee. I'll see you on Thursday tomorrow. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, the trainers play a different role than coaches. Like, and we got to make sure that we agree to play the different role. If a trainer wants input on the coaching side, they need to get close to the coach and talk to the coach about the realistic. So let's say I'm training Alberto Correa. Let's say I'm training you, Tito. You say you got a son named after you. All right. And let's say, listen, follow me.
Can't you giving up my whole shit, cuz you want to edit this shit.
Let's say, Tito, I'm training him, and I come to you and I go, yo, you know what, Tito? Home is really a running back. And you go, Phil, he's not a running back. However, if you want to get him to a running back on this team, he needs to work on these things for me to consider him a running back. Then I think that he can have some say-so on training. Right? Then I think, on the game. But because I'm training the kid at wide receiver, it doesn't in-depth you to having to put him at wide receiver. Like that relationship, it has to be a relationship in order to make that possible. Go ahead.
No.
And what I do, y'all killing me. They killing me, bro.
I'm glad everybody understanding.
I have a football player named Alberto Correa. Do I not, Tito?
Yeah, no, you do.
I have a football player. I said our running back for 10U. That's his name. It's not. I just used the Hurricane player. That's all I did. But go ahead.
But,
and he's not related to Tito, but I got a running back by that name. I don't know why that's so funny, but go ahead. Go ahead, Tito.
Because those that know. Anyway, you threw me off with that.
No, but
the bottom line is it's
let's hear what they say.
We're in two different spaces though. Now, I don't want to hear what we don't want to expose people to. But
we're gonna pick up 3 plays in 10 yards. All right, so in the power eye, there's no mistake about it. We are running the ball. 95% of the time we're running the ball in power eye. I don't care if they know.
They do all that pretty stuff on offense. They do all that pretty shit, man. We ain't about them pretty boys. All of them got jerseys on because we can't touch it. Even the O-line got jerseys on. I'm about to go punish their ass. This for you, play. If that shit you talked last night, now they about to get punished. It's your fault.
Joey coach the kids up. Now we're about to run it up your ass, dog. All right, let's go. O-line, get
This is why the show don't exist no more. You realize that, right?
No, I know, bro. It was bad. It was a bad look. Looking back at it and watching all the seasons, the Pennsylvania one was a little better. I thought that one was a little more even kill. I thought the coaching was a little better. But those dudes, all they did is get all the best players from San Diego. They had dudes coming from 3-4 hours away to play for them. Had 3-4 hours to play. I mean, they just took all the talent. Like, they did everything that was wrong.
I don't understand, though. I don't understand.
That dude Fred, I'll give him his kudos. He had the resources to do it. He was a big real estate agent out there. He invested in that program the right way, and he made it what it was. But I just don't think it helped our space holistically, period.
And let's be honest. At that time, he had the best player in their league. Mizell, if you looked at how his build was compared to the other kids,
he never grew from
that. I'm not talking about later. I'm talking about during that show at the prime of it. He was built different.
Yeah, he was different.
He was built differently than those kids, and so he had the best player. People now are running to certain trainers so they can use the trainer and have.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick, Damon. It's sick.
It's true.
It's sick, and we've let it. It's honestly has made. We had a situation in the All-Star game. I'm not going to say what side, where they thought they were going to have input on what a certain coach did with their kids. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy where this has gone, how far it's gone. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town or a couple in every town, in every area, especially in the inner cities. Everybody now is a personal guru. But when you see them when they were coaching, they ain't no shit. But now they're personally training. They're personally training people. Like, please. The space has gotten, how you call it? Saturated.
Well, when there's money to be made, saturation is going to happen.
I hear you.
I mean, let's be
but
honest.
People need to be clear. They're going to tell you what you want to hear when you're throwing money at them. But don't come to me because he's telling you what you want to hear. And you think you're going to tell me what he thinks and what you think. I'm going to tell you there's a team right down the street or the next town over or wherever else because he's going to play where I put him and where he fits in this system here.
Big Wayne said no technique was being coached in that show. Facts. The Brooklyn Saints duck smoke 2 years in a row. Yeah. I don't even want to hear about them.
Listen, I'm going to say this again. For anybody that wants to go outside of Connecticut and mess with any, and this is not knock to nobody because there's some great programs in every state. But when you start going to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania that way, you start playing games. And I told you this years ago, Phil, with the New York dudes. From experience, I've been dealing with them longer than all of you guys, the people from those areas. Those dudes, when it's the offseason, are all giddy to want to put games together. But trust me, if they get a game that's right in their backyard or somebody's going to agree to play them from 20 minutes out, they're calling you the night before and telling you they're not coming.
Well,
I'm saying you're playing all these guys because you're not.
They called me the morning of and told me they weren't coming.
Right.
And we were scheduled to play 7 football games against each other. All-Star Game will be in A60 next year. If y'all want the first announcement of the year, actually the second, we got our first sponsor. Told me don't mention them yet, but I do have the money. So got our first sponsor. Thank you very much. And it will be an 860. That's the announcement I'll give you guys right now. All-Star Game. Dolores said, hell no. That heat last year was death.
It was crazy on Saturday. West Haven was nuts. I was burnt. I was baked like a chicken. I felt like when I left there and changed my clothes. Right when I got to my van, I changed my clothes. I mean, my truck. I changed my clothes. And bro, I felt like if I was a rotisserie, you know how the chicken be in a rotisserie? That's what I felt like, bro. When I left there, like I was blistered and shit. Like,
hey, Dolores, let me explain something to you. The turf in 860 isn't hotter than 203. It's not hotter.
Saturday was no joke. My man OG Paul, I was scared for home, man. Home was shot after the game. When we went and sat down, and that dude could drink beers with the best of them, he couldn't do it. He said, yo, I'm going home, cuz.
No, it was hot. It was a good day. It was hot. She said, no, the heat down there had me soaked. Yes, but West Haven gave me a 10.
10. You got smoked. I know I got smoked. I was red. I looked at the pictures at the bar. I looked at the pictures we took at the bar that night with cousin and them. Bro, I was bright red, dog. Like bright red.
A tent was needed. West Haven went from downpours to heat stroke. It did. Tito, I was out there at C's can tell you. I was out there like 7:30, 15. It was torrential downpours.
No, you.
I didn't even wear no. I said, "Yo,
I told you it was gonna be a great day."
Soaking wet, sneakers was in water. I put my sneakers on a sneaker dryer. Shout out to Keith and Yolanda. I didn't even know these exist. I'm ordering one. When I changed my clothes, I changed my sneakers. They had a sneaker dryer.
Yeah, no, I've heard
this. On, you push the button and it dry your sneakers. That was like some Back to the Future stuff for me. I ain't never seen one. I guess I could have assumed that it had one, but I had never seen one. She said, I was red-faced as well. I can't front. Shit crazy. Yeah, I don't have time, but my kid participate. Listen, you're playing your flag game next year. So make sure you have your outfit. So yeah, Tito, in a nutshell, Friday Night Tykes did have some.
It had an effect. It had an effect in our space. Every space, I'm sure we're not the only ones dealing with it. Other parts of the country seem to handle it much better than we do here because people aren't used to where the culture is going. But the truth is, the culture is getting pushed forward, and you're gonna stay with it or you're gonna fall behind. I mean, that's just a fact.
Let's cap this off. We got a 15-minute discussion. Shotgun and youth football, Tito. Why you hate it so much,
bro? Because you don't see. I haven't seen, even though 10U 203 out of the ones I seen this weekend, except for them. When you got a quarterback that's like that, I'm gonna point out, shout out to my man.
Quarterbacks like that for the record.
There's not. When you got one like that, you run the shotgun. If you don't, you don't. There's a lot of reasons why. You can't establish enough of a downhill run game. Because it starts with that snap. If that snap's not 60, 70 miles an hour, right to the quarterback's waist in his hands, your play's dead. Number two, I don't see enough people throw efficiently enough or effectively enough to keep the chains moving. What you get with the shotgun is a lot of playing behind the chains and lack of rhythm. You lose rhythm on the drive. It happened to us at 14U. Every time we got cute with the gun, we blew the goddamn momentum. You get what I'm saying? You can't establish enough consistency because it's something that needs to be constantly practiced and repped. You can't do it from August 1st to November 1st. You have to be working them combinations and routes and pitching and catching all year. The only two youth teams I ever seen do it at a high level, and I don't even know Springfield so much now, but when Bill Watson had the Springfield Tigers that I had to play against with my Danbury teams, they ran it highly efficient.
His son was nice. Didn't he have his son?
And they had Pop Watson. Yes. The best shot, one of the best. The only other one besides that was Steve Christie's Monroe Lions teams. He played every single snap in the shotgun, and he murdered you with it, whether he threw it or ran, whatever he was doing. Those were the only two guys I've seen do it at that level. I've never seen another youth organization even run it close to near effectively. So in 23 years of doing this, I've seen two guys that were in it every down and ran it the way it should be ran. Everything else I've seen has been fugazi.
The truth of the matter is very few teams make it out of New England. I'm only talking Pop Warner. You can tell me more about AYF from your history. Very few teams make it out of New England as shotgun. Let's talk about last year. I had a 14U team. We didn't make it out, but Dorchester made it out. What did they run, Tito? Direct snap.
Right, but that's not shotgun.
That's no. I ain't saying. I know. I'm saying they didn't make. That was straight run. Let's keep talking. That was 14. At 13, who was the 13U D1? Nadim ran the ball. 12U, I ran power I. 11U D1, who made it out? 11U Division 1.
You.
Oh, us. And you know we got my bad. And we had
Britain, and then New Britain took the rest. And then New Britain took the rest.
And then New Britain took the rest, running the ball. Right? Running the ball. And so even your 13U team, Tito, freaking them, running the ball. Right? Like, I don't know why people get wrapped up in this
because they see it on TV.
Stuff.
They see it on TV. There's two things. This is when you know a coach is full of shit. These are the two things I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you when they tell you they're zone blocking.
Wait, before you go, I want to mention everybody, please sign up for our coaches clinic. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and you will find out.
I'm going to just tell you the two things to look for when the coach tells you these two things. Just know, run quick now. Number one, you're a zone blocking team. Okay, that's the biggest one because none of you guys know how to block zone. It's a very hard thing to do. There's a lot of systems in place with it. There's rules blocking. There's rules to zone just as much as there's rules to gap blocking. That's the number one tell sign that the coach don't know what he's doing. Oh, we're a zone blocking team. Okay. And the other one is
they mean they're blocking left or right.
Right. That's not zone blocking.
I know that's what they mean when they say they block. So let's be honest.
And here's the other one. Oh, we're gonna be a spread air raid team. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot that even goes into that. There's a whole rules and reasons why you do that.
Air raid on what you got 5 plays out of that?
Right, but the 5 plays could turn into 555 with all the combinations and tags.
The combinations of routes. Right. And you know how hard that is to teach a 12, 13-year-old in what a matter of how much time you think the average 13, 12U team got back there? 2.5 seconds? Yeah. And 1.5 seconds is in
that's only if the snap is perfect. That's only if the snap is perfect every time. You get what I'm saying?
Now listen, run whatever offense you run. I'm sure there's people been successful doing whatever. This is all opinion based. We're old. We like power football. I'm still in love with the Nebraska option offense. If I could run that offense right now, I'd find a team and I'd run the old Nebraska triple option, and I'd do that forever. That wishbone, that is my favorite offense ever. So run whatever you want to run. All I'm saying is I have not seen successful shotgun teams. Look at the teams that wins at nationals. They're typically running the ball.
Downhill.
National teams, we are running the ball downhill.
You
say whatever you want, make whatever excuse you want. National teams that win championships are running the ball successfully.
Football is always going to be blocking, tackling, pursuing the football. That's always what football is going to be. You got to be proficient at those 3 things: blocking, tackling, pursuing the football. And here's the 4th one I'll give you: learn how to run off tackle.
Yeah.
If you could do those 4 things, you're going to be a successful youth football coach. Nothing else matters. If you could do those 4 things right there, you're going to win more games than you lose.
So oftentimes people say that they base their offense off of personnel.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that theory neither.
I typically haven't done that.
Go
ahead. You go first.
When you guys say that, now you're going to look for things to make your team go. Usually, it works the other way around. You have a system of belief, and you fit the pieces to that belief system. You get what I'm saying? I look at that opposite the way then. Oh, I'm going to base what I do off personnel. It never works. It hasn't, at least for the people I've seen try to do it.
I see. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is what you mean because I have a playbook, a set of things that I like to do. Depending on the personnel, some of those pages get ripped out and I throw them away. But I never come up with an offense because I have a certain set of kids. Like I don't decide, you know what? I now have 19 wide receivers. I'm running a empty offense this season. that maybe I don't do that, right? I think that's what he's saying. Is that he has an offensive system, and so for instance, Tito, one year, you know, I'm a 3 running back guy. I love 3 running backs in the backfield. I think the misdirection and the blocking and the pulling and trapping, that's great for 3 running backs. One year, I only had 1 running back. I created a second one. I could not find that 3rd running back. So I had to come up with 2 same system. I ran my 2 running back system plays instead of my 3 running back plays. I think that's what he's trying to say. You know, not creating new plays. But there are people, Tito, that will go, oh, I got a lot of wide receivers. I'm running spread this year.
Right.
When they're used to traditional running.
If you don't know how to teach it, then what are you doing? You're going to watch a couple YouTube videos and now you're going to get everybody to believe in this? Kids know when you're full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Kids know. Trust me. Even at 10 years old, 9 years old, they know. They know if you know what it is you're talking about. They just have a weird sense of knowing that stuff.
I agree. I think youth get attracted. You ever heard this saying? I heard this a lot. Yo, the kids only listen when you hear. If you're a coach and you ever heard somebody go, yo, man, the kids only listen when you hear, that's because they respect what that coach is saying and they stop and they listen to him. It's not that he's scary or he's screaming the loudest. When they say, man, yo, they be acting up in practice, but they only listen when you come, that's because you stand on something and you have the knowledge and they listen to you when you speak. So, yes, they play around when you speak because you to hit them up, coach. You to, yo, stick somebody. Kids don't even know what that means. Stick somebody. They don't even know how to do that, right? When you sit there and you talking X's and O's and you tell a kid looking at you like, damn, you mean you want me to do heel to toe, coach? You, like, that's how you talking to me? I try to tell, and me and you had this discussion. I think you should 100% talk football when you speak to your kids about football in practice. We all have different language. That's not what I'm talking about. But the hit 'em up stuff, it should be less of that and more technical stuff. Kids start to respect everybody on the staff. I don't like when I hear, yo, Phil, they only listen to you. I don't like when I hear that.
Or they cat blocking cats. You block that cat. Like, that goes on a lot.
Yeah, it's true. But the problem is that's a one-play theory.
Right.
You block him, that one play. I'm gonna tell you what else I see. And I don't wanna when I don't see the lineman get in the huddle.
I know that drives me crazy. You always tell me it drives me crazy.
I'm like, what in the hell have we gotten to?
As you block that cat.
Where the linemen don't need to know what the skills are doing. Like I don't even know when we got there. Like when even in the I think Tito dropped off. Did Tito drop off or did I drop off? Did I drop off? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
That was you that dropped off. It might have been my internet.
Yeah.
Yo, it's thundering and pouring outside.
Yeah, he definitely caused some you caused some
oh, I froze. My bad. So I froze. So yeah, I see, look, I see a lot of weird things. I'm gonna tell you what I saw one year, and it was I think it was from Bridgeport. It was kind of hot because they did confuse me. They held up the signs and they called plays off of signs. We had like meatballs, paws in the right hand corner, the letter H here, eggs right here, and clouds on this one. And then another dude held the sign that had triangles and stars, and the kids knew what plays they was running based off of signs. I actually found that to be dope and very confusing when prepping for them. Because I watch a lot of films, so I was trying to figure out, okay, what signs are put up by
Yo,
what?
you were spy gating? That means you were spy gating. You were still in the signs?
Yes. I was recording the signs.
You were spy gating.
I was.
That's what Belichick went down for.
Bro, I was. You know, when you holding up signs it confused the hell out of me, dog. I was just like, you know what it was? I could not. Yo, I wasn't spygating. It's legal. I wasn't recording their signs. I was.
You just said you were. You just said you were.
No, let me rephrase that. I was recording the game, and they had their signs while I was recording from the sideline. You act like I zoomed in to the signs and only the signs.
Bro, I'm just telling you
That's
what
not
you
what
said,
I'm saying, y'all. Don't start no rumors.
I'm just telling you what you said.
I'm not saying I'm not over. Listen, I'm not recording dudes' signals and calls when they're on the sideline. All right, there's a reason you guys are inefficient. And let me stop. Anyway, that confused me. So I found it to be cool. But you want to hear something true? I think that was against Sampa. Because I could be wrong. At the end of the day, they had an amazing team. His son Tyson played too. He played at.
I played against that dude when I was with y'all. I played against home. I played against home when I was with y'all.
Yep. And Tito, at the end of the day, they were running downhill. It was regular football. Downhill. The confusing part was getting the grip on the consistency of their play calling with the signs. But they were running downhill. And I'm gonna just say this. I don't really care what nobody run. I'd rather play against a spread team than a power run team.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know. Once again, I want to shout my guys out. Y'all don't like them. I don't care. They did an amazing job, and I'm going to be hiring them next year. Shout out to my refs. The refs did a good job. I'm going to show the refs. You see? They rock with me. I'm giving them that. I like the referees from the Western Board. They're cool cats. They go Keith. We had to throw Keith into the fray, Tito. It was a little chippy at the 9U game. We had to throw Keith into the fray. So, yeah, shout out to the
Bro, you got to close them screens, brother.
Boom. Let me get. I'm trying to stop, bro. What's going on? Stop. All right. But yeah. Anyway, hey, listen, Tito. I'm done, brother. It's almost 11 o'clock. I gotta work. I got things to do. I gotta drop my kids off. What is they saying at the end? And I lost the game, but clearly won the war. I got 2 whole teams as an invite to prep school practice and close scrimmages. Keith is the man. Tito, I'll let you go.
No, I'm good. Great podcast. Glad we had another successful All-Star game. Wishing everybody the best of luck in the 2024 fall season. And I'll be looking forward to seeing a lot of these young men move on. Those at the 14 moving on to high school. Those at the 12, 13 moving on to high school. And those that are going to play this fall. You know, in a week or two, we'll start with the preseason predictions and start talking our shit. And just have a great fall, everybody. Peace from the general. Peace to the guys and nurse.
And my message today, and y'all all know this true. Some people don't like you, and they can't name a damn thing that you've done to them. Just keep doing you. Some people don't like you, and they can't name a damn thing that you've ever done to them. Just keep doing you. It's your boy PH, the Prez, Mr. Above 140. The event was great. Capital G. Seriously loved it. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Can't wait the next season. Salute the Tito and Phil and all the staff members, coaches, and athletes. And, of course, the families that attended.
Can't do it without
you, Greg. You and your family are always support. I love it. Preseason rankings is coming up for
Pop. Larry, we got to take a break. Y'all got to give us a break. We need a week break. We need a week break next week. No, a couple weeks. We got the clinic coming up. Phil sprung a clinic on us.
Hey, Anthony, yes, we about to have more positive vibes. We're going to get away from the negativity. From now on, we're going to start. If you have something negative to say about what we're doing, we're not even going to respond to you. Our new intro song going to be Ask the LeBron. So big, we ain't got to respond. Remember that, for Hope? When you talking to your mom, please say it like you talking to your mom. We let the money do the talking. As you can see, we be talking rather often. Don't get me rapping. Hey, Wes, I'm getting in the booth, baby.
Oh, yeah, we about to bar him down. He got one coming. He about to get barred down.
203, let's have a wrap-off.
He about to get barred down.
Let's have a wrap-off. I'm going in the booth. A60.
Ain't gonna be no sweet shit neither.
Let's do song for song. We need to make a 3-song album each and then let the people vote who did it the best. We out of here.